I was starving, to the point of collapse. Still, I rushed into the ocean and started fishing like a madman, not even sparing the tiny fry. But I didn't eat a single bite. I crushed every fish into pulp and poured it back into the sea because I wasn't trying to fill my stomach. I was setting bait. Fighting the hunger, I gripped a sharpened wooden stake and stepped into the water. I stopped and stood perfectly still. It didn't take long for the smell of blood to draw it in. A shark was slowly closing in on me. I clenched my teeth and drove the stake forward with everything I had. The wood pierced straight through its body. In that moment, I completely lost control and screamed wildly in the water. But the very next second, I forced myself to calm down. I didn't eat it. I didn't even go near it. I tied the shark to a tree with a rope and hid in a sand pit, watching from a distance. I was waiting for something bigger. What I didn't expect was that I actually fell asleep while waiting. When I opened my eyes again, the shark was gone from the tree. Only an empty rope remained. My scalp went numb as I scanned the area in panic, afraid the creature that ate the shark might suddenly attack me. The next day, I found it on the beach. Only half of it was left. Its body was covered in brutal tears and bite marks. In that moment, I finally understood, but the real horror hadn't even begun. I returned to the camp. My companions' bodies were completely gone. Only bloodstains were left on the ground. That was when it truly hit me. That thing doesn't just eat fish. It eats people. Fear swallowed me whole. I immediately sharpened the wooden stake into a spear. It was the only weapon I had. Then I carefully searched the island for a place to hide. At the edge of the forest, I found a hollow tree. Strange noises kept coming from inside. I forced myself closer, fighting the fear, and looked down. It was just a bird. I let out a breath of relief, but I didn't dare relax for even a second. That night, I hid inside the tree hollow to rest. Before long, strange sounds jolted me awake. The next second, a terrifying roar exploded right beside my ear. I didn't dare move. I didn't dare open my eyes. All I could do was pray silently in my head. When the sound stopped, I finally relaxed for a moment. Then the roar came again. Even worse, the tree hollow began to shake violently. It felt like it could collapse at any second. The entire shelter rocked back and forth. I was thrown around inside. All I could do was clutch my head and wait for death. I don't know how long it lasted, but everything suddenly went silent. My nerves finally snapped, and I passed out. When I opened my eyes again, it was already morning. I crawled out of the shattered tree hollow and stared at the wreckage covering the ground. In that moment, I finally understood. If I kept hiding, I was going to die. That's when a crazy idea began to take shape in my mind.